Everyone, Matt here from Docs Running, and today we're going to do a comparison review of the Saucony Ride 17 and the Saucony Triumph 21. And the reason we're doing this is because now with the midsole update of the Saucony Ride 17, these shoes are really similar. The weight is also really similar. 9.9 ounces men's size 9 over on the Ride 17, 9.8 ounces men's size 9 for the Saucony Triumph 21. The women's weight's coming in at 8.4 ounces for women's size 8, 8.8 ounces women's size 8 over here. And then the stack heights are very similar in terms of 35 heel, 27 forefoot for an 8mm drop over the Ride 17, and a 37 heel, 27 forefoot millimeters for a 10mm drop over the Triumph. So really similar specs, really similar setup. So how can you choose between them? That's a really, really good question. So there are still some fairly significant differences between the two in terms of ride and fit. So that's why I want to help clear this up to help you make a decision about which one might work better for you if this is something you're interested in. So the Ride 17 with the Power M Plus, for me, it's felt like it's much better as a up-tempo trainer is how I really describe it. The bounce here is slightly firmer compared to the Triumph 21. The heel, as I mentioned, has a slightly medial bias, so landing back in the rear foot doesn't feel as good. The forefoot and midfoot are really smooth, so it feels really good kind of getting up, moving a little bit quicker when you got a kind of good pace or wanting to do a fartlek or workout. The Ride 17 is going to feel a lot better. The Triumph 21, despite using the same midsole, feels a little bit softer. The heel transition, again, rear foot, more centered bevel, larger bevel, feels really smooth even when you land on the rear foot. When you want to pick the pace up, it's good. It just feels a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more comfortable ride-wise than the Ride 17. Again, same weight. This slightly firmer one feels a little bit better picking up the pace. The slightly softer version feels a little bit better doing easier stuff, although it still can pick it up if you want. So rides, very, very different. Outsoles are quite similar, even though they look different in the fact that they are both extremely durable. I've got probably 70 miles in my Triumph 21, and it's doing great, no wear, just like previous versions. The Ride 17 is doing absolutely fine at 35 miles, and there's no wear. So super durable, so both share that. The upper, though, is pretty different in terms of the fact that there's a lot more room over in the Triumph 21, whereas the Ride 17 is a fairly normal fit. I didn't even have to lock or tighten down laces all. It's a really, really good fit. It just fits very normal with a little bit of stretch. Whereas the Triumph 21, there's a lot more room. You see, I really, especially in the midfoot, I had to really tie down laces because there's a lot of room. Once you get it locked down, it's great, but there is way more room. The heel is also really different. The counter over on the Ride 17 is more comfortable for me. I think it's more rounded. The counter over on the Triumph feels much stiffer and kind of digs into my heel. It's been fine. It's just the Ride 17's heel counter works a little bit better. And finally, in terms of price, obviously there's a price difference, right? So I would say the Triumph 21 wins as the little bit more premium version, easier run kind of shoe, whereas the Saucony Ride is kind of like, if you want that kind of a little bit more of that, I hate to throw this word around, but do-it-all shoe that can handle some workouts and some easier ones once the shoe breaks in. I think that's where this shoe is going to win out a little bit. So we've seen some photos of version 22. It sounds like the foam's going to be updated even more here. So we'll have some greater differences once we get into 2024. Right now, I know they're similar, but there's still some differences. So hopefully this video helps you choose which one might be better for you.